This is Aaron Walker Loud, teaching artist with Arts Core. I've had the opportunity to play percussion for many, many years. But before I had drumsticks in my hands, before I had a snare drum or a drum set, I was using tables and desks, lunch tables, hitting bathtubs and lockers. The thing is, all of us are musical, whether we have equipment or not, whether we can make noise where we live or not. The thing really is like, let's try and find ways to stay creative and train ourselves and have fun and improve some of our skills with rhythm, no matter what we have. And for me, thinking back to when I was using lunch tables, I was trying to find creative ways just with my bare hands to get different sounds out of a desk or a table. And so the three first sounds I discovered when I was young was using my fist to get the lowest pitch, right? Using my slap, open hand slap, to get like a medium pitch. It has a little more bite to it, and then using my knuckles to knock to get a higher pitch, like the third layer. So, fist, slap, knock. You might find other ways to be creative with sound. You might have some other objects in the house to experiment with. As long as the adults in your home are cool with you using what you're using, have fun with it. And once again, the bare hands on a table is totally fine. A lot of people will bob their head or kind of move their shoulders to music. We usually would call that the quarter note. And a lot of music has 4 quarter notes per measure. We're going to be switching back and forth 4 at a time. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slap, 2, 3, 4, slap, 2, 3, 4, knock, 2, 3, 4, knock, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's quarter notes. Eighth notes are just twice as fast as quarter notes. So instead of saying 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to put the word "and" in between each number. So you're going to be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's try that with our hands like we did before. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and slap and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and knock and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool, so that's eighth notes. Now we're going to get into 16th notes and 32nd notes. So 16th notes, twice as fast as eighth notes. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it actually is sounding like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. So we're going to try and rotate our hands just back and forth for each single individual 16th note, like this. Here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a switch. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a switch. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Okay, now 32nd notes, twice as fast as that. So 32nd notes are just twice as fast as 16th notes. So once again, you might see that I'm bobbing my head and moving to the quarter note, but in my mind and in my hands, I'm subdividing at multiple layers, down to eighths, down to 16ths, now down to 32nd notes. So just to review where we were at in 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, okay, now it's going to be twice as fast. You may feel that you get it in your mind and your hands aren't quite doing it. That's not because of your musical intelligence or anything. That literally has to do with your hands cannot move as fast as your brain. Your brain's trying to send the electric signal into your hands, and it takes time to get used to it. So to help you, I'm going to start with 16ths for just 2 measures and then jump into 30 seconds so your hands can get a little chance to warm up. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready with me. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. Now we're going to switch twice as fast. Okay, that might have been a little hard. We're going to do it one more time just to help your hands get more used to it, starting with 16ths. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E. Now switch to 32nd. Keep up. Do your best. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. All right, not bad, not bad. Now, there's so many more rhythms to study, but I really want to encourage you to think about, that was just a few types of subdivision, but there's more you can look out there for online or music teachers or friends. Check it out, experiment, and see how you can make it fun for yourself. Now that we've looked at subdivision and picking apart some of the counting, that's great, and that's important stuff that we should know about music. In my opinion, it's also really important to understand how can we move forward creatively without a plan. Some people call that improvising. Some people call that freestyling. The idea is on your own, or even if you can, picking a loved one or a friend or family member to try this activity out with. And you know, I talked about it before. We called it a beat battle. When you hear the word battle, maybe you think that it's about who's better than who, or maybe there's a trophy or a cash prize, but really that's just a funny terminology. The idea is that you're trying to help each other get better, right? So you and I are going to practice a beat battle a little bit together, and then I suggest you try and find somebody else and pick songs you like, pick instrumentals you like, and make it a challenge for yourself and for other people. And you never know how that might help you improve your skills, even if you don't have an instrument in your hands. These are the type of things we do to keep ourselves growing every day, all right? So what's going to happen is I'm going to make up a rhythm for 2 measures, then you're going to make up any rhythm you want for 2 measures. And I'll show you how I'm counting those measures right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3. Switch, and then you would go after me. 1, 2, back to me. Now let's try it for real. Once again, you don't have to try and do everything I'm doing. You could copy your rhythm. You could do your own rhythm. Use your bass, your slap, your knock, whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. After me. All right, all right. Nice, nice. Back to me. All right. Keep going. All right, a couple more. One more. The most important thing is trying to find ways to have learning be a fun process, because when you make it fun for yourself, you're going to be learning so much quicker, and you'll actually probably be surprised with how much advancement you get, even if you don't have sticks or drums in your hand. The idea is using your natural abilities and your time and your creativity to push yourself further just a little bit every day. Once again, this is Aaron Walker Loud, teaching artist with Arts Core, and we have just been on that beat battle.